like Mississippi State's head coach Joe Moorhead and Tennessee's Jeremy Pruitt, and some familiar, like Nick Saban and his Alabama Crimson Tide. Moorhead expressed his desire to build a consistently winning program. Tennessee receiver Marquez Callaway and tight end Eli Wolf talked about life under Jeremy Pruitt, both players describing him as a man of few words and a great leader. Nick Saban explained that he was unsure whether quarterback Jalen Hurts would be on the roster at the start of the season. Tennessee Vols defensive back Nigel Warrior has been named to the Bednarik Award watch list. Since 1995, the Bednarik Award has been given to the most outstanding defensive player in college football. UTC Mock senior running back Alex Trotter is nominated to the AFCA Good Works team to celebrate his community service. Keon Rose, Nuga Radio 92.7 Action Sports, now.
Nuga Radio.
Are you brain dead? Still voting for pathetic liberals? Take 3 hours of Sean Hannity from 3 to 6.
Nuga Radio.
Then call us in the morning between 9 and 11.
92.7
Nuga Radio.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Good morning to you. This is the Marie Mott Show. And as always, I'm taking it from the streets to City Hall, from City Hall to the mayor's office, from the valley to the mountaintop. And I'm giving you a bird's eye view to what's going on in the city of Chattanooga. Man, this morning has started off some type of way, and I am here because I am upset. I am upset because I waited this morning. I went to the courthouse this morning to get the personnel file of Officer Wright, who is the officer that was involved in the Avery Gray daughter case. And so what I experienced is something that should not happen if we truly have a transparent government. 800-8949, 800-8949. And as always, I'm streaming live on YouTube and I'm on Nuga Radio 92.7 FM Facebook page. Feel free to drop a comment or a question and talk to me. Talk to me about this, because you, the people, we, the people, you, the listener, you know, I report, you decide, but I need us to really consider something. We have been dumbed down effectively, I would say probably the last 150 years. We have this romanticized relationship when it comes to government, which is we just trust anything we're given. We trust what they say. We have people who swear to uphold the law but don't know it. We have people who enforce the law, don't have a clue about it, and we trust these folks. And in a situation, why in a free country with a quote unquote free government, why do we have to create a law for records to even be requested? I try to take a childlike approach to things, because children are probably some of the most smartest people in society. We as adults, we get older and we just believe stupidity because we've been conditioned over time to just trust whatever happens, whatever comes across our phone, whatever comes across our desk, and we don't ask questions. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm not only here to just ask questions, but I want you, the listener, I want you to use that beautiful brain that God gave you to think. Thinking is probably the most dangerous thing that you can do in this present society. They want you to be stupid. They want you to be ignorant. And why would you choose to be that way when you have a computer in your hand every single day? For some of you, you're even listening through a small computer in your hand. Why would you remain ignorant or dumb? You shouldn't. God gave you a beautiful brain. I want you to use that. Use that brain to ask questions. Question after question. And I promise you, it's like going down the rabbit hole. You're Dorothy going down the rabbit hole. It's like the Matrix. You take the blue pill or the red pill. One where you just continue to go la 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 through society, 800-8949, or the other pill, and you wake up and realize that you're in a matrix that is not really as what we believe that it is. So open records. The law states that the civilian, now this is the law, all right? The law states that you have a right to not only request the records, but you have the right to inspect the records in person, and that those who are responsible for the records have to produce the records on the spot. Now, yesterday, we went down to the police office on Amnicola, and of course, we were told, and it's a natural expectation anytime you're dealing with trying to uncover information or trying to get information that has to do with the government. 800-8949. Call and talk to me. And again, drop something on Facebook, because this is so important, folks. Why is it so hard for our government that says that it loves us, the citizen? Why is it so hard to get information? Why is it so difficult for this government to be transparent? What is there to hide? I don't understand. If there's nothing to hide, give me the piece of paper, because I guarantee you, now the statute says that you can request the information unless it is personal, not personnel, the difference. Personal information has to be redacted. Now, me being a common sense individual, I already know what that means. Somebody somewhere in the office is going to take a Sharpie, and it's going to mark out the officer's address, social security number, banking information, and then probably make a photocopy and give it to me. Now, I want you guys to follow me. So we were told to go to City Hall. I got up this morning, bright and early, and I went down to City Hall, made it up to City Hall, and asked the lady, told her that I was there to request the personnel file of Officer Wright. You know what she tells me? She looked stunned, as if she didn't know what I was talking about. And so she had to go ask somebody above her a question. I don't know what question, like, what are these people here for? Do I have a right to give it to them? This is the type of crap that you have to deal with the government. That the law is not as simple as you read it. Now, for me, reading it, it's simple. I go in, I request, they give it to me. They just Sharpie out the information I don't need. I don't want to know the officer's address. I just need to see his personnel file, not his personal information. Sharpie it out. I don't need that. To me, that's a simple process. Is it simple to you? 800-8949, 800-8949. Call and talk to me. Should it be that difficult? Now, of course, I was recording the process. The process was being recorded. She doesn't want to be recorded. You got to go across the street to the city annex. Now, yesterday, the lady, I asked her, I said, well, because there's multiple offices within City Hall. I said, ma'am, is it at the City Hall annex? She said no. So why am I being directed across the street? So I asked the lady. I said, ma'am, I already spoke to a lady yesterday, and she said there's no records at the City Hall annex building. Well, we keep records in both locations. Okay. So I go across the street to the City Hall annex. And so you got to buzz in. Wow. It's so interesting how difficult it is to get to people. Now, so you got to buzz in, and they got a camera that you got to stand in front of before they let you in. And so I get in. And so I asked the security officer, or the officer there that was at the front, sir, I need to inspect the personnel file of Officer Wright. And so the person that is responsible, now question number one for me, for a mid-sized city like Chattanooga, you're telling me we only have one individual who's responsible for redacting information? That nobody else can do that? She's not there. And so I'm not getting ready to deal with secretaries. I'm not getting ready to deal with water fetchers, lunch carriers, security officers. I request to speak to the city attorney, because hell, I figure if we pay you $154,000, sir, you should already be at work. $154,000. Thank you, Kevin Muhammad, for sharing the salaries on Facebook this morning. $154,000. Now, I don't know what time you got to be at work, but if I was making $154,000, I would be skipping to work, right? But he's not there either. And so someone else comes out. I don't even know who. You should have seen. You guys should have seen how quickly people, it's like turning on the lights. 800-8949, 800-8949. Thank you, Christopher Dahl, for putting the information into the Facebook page. Yes, complying to open records request. This is information that the people, you, the listeners, should know. That when you request this information, they have to comply. They don't have a legal right to give you a runaround, but that's to be expected from me because I'm asking questions and I'm poking at a hornet's nest. I know that. And so people are scurrying around. I see women going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so a woman comes and says, so you're requesting an open records? I said, yes, ma'am. Well, did you could request it through the portal? I said, ma'am, the statute says that I can come in and that I can inspect the records. And the only thing that you guys need to do is if it's personal information in there, that it needs to be redacted. Go borrow a Sharpie from one of the other ladies across your cubicle, mark out the information and give me the copy. Simple. To me, this is not hard. It's not complex. But you should have seen the look on that lady's face, as if the very thing that she was stating, she did not have an idea of what she was even enforcing. This is the problem that I have. This is the problem that you should have. You, the listener, you, my friend, my neighbor, the person I worship with, the person that I may sit across from in a restaurant. If there is a law that states that you can request information, it has to be produced. There should not be a delay. If there is a delay, it has to be given to you. Why did I walk away from that with no information? So we are told to go back across the street from which that we came. And so I decided that I was going to continue to wait for Mr. Hinton. And so after waiting probably another 10 minutes, I decided to go across the street, back across the street. Now, this is where they told me to go from the very beginning. Now, by the time I get across the street, 800-8949, come on, call and talk to me, because this is important, y'all. This is the government that you have been conditioned to comply with, that does not even follow the law, the letter of the law, the statutes in the law. Now, by the time we get across the street, which is only a 2-minute walk, now the same security officer that wouldn't even let me in the building originally, somehow he got enough energy to come from behind his desk and tell me that I wasn't welcome back in the building. And I said, well, sir, we were told to come to this office anyway. We were told to come back across here. Well, we got a phone call and they are really upset. So my first question I have, who is they? Who is they? Who are the people that are upset? Now you're telling me that I got to wait on information that the law says I can request on the spot. And somehow you can't produce that, but you can make phone calls across the street telling me that I'm not welcome to talk to the mayor. I'm not welcome to ask any additional questions. I'm not even welcome to go back where you sent me. Now, you, the listener, should be very, very worried at why it's so hard to get information, but why it's so easy to make phone calls. And the bigger question is, why would anyone be upset? Who would be upset with the civilian enforcing their right? Who would be upset with the civilian who understands and enforces the law? Who would be upset with that? Except someone who has something to hide. 800-8949, 800-8949. I'm on one today, y'all. I'm on one. And I'm on one because this is a problem. You see, they want you to be comfortable. We're from the government. We're here to help. But the reality is that the moment that you start asking questions, I'm telling you, prepare for the resistance. Prepare for ignorance. And surely prepare for people who swear, because the mayor swore to uphold the law. He's a lawyer, so he has a double responsibility. You know, Mayor Burke, what I say to you in love, brother. It's in love. You're a lawyer first and the mayor second. But beyond that, you are an American citizen. Now, if you had questions, now forget the fact that you're the mayor. If you had questions, if you wanted to inspect the personnel file, would you expect to be turned away? Would you expect for someone to be upset with you, sir? I don't understand that. 800-8949, 800-8949. What does that smell like to you, the listener? Does that raise any questions in your mind? Does that have you believing that the government and people in power are truly there for your interest? You, the listener, are you okay with that? Are you okay with the law saying one thing and people doing something different? Are you okay with that? Because really and truly, the law should be there to benefit you, the listener, my neighbor, my friend, my fellow Chattanoogan. It's not there to benefit people in power. The law should be there for them to comply. Because when you get pulled over and they ask you to produce your license, what do they expect you to do? Comply. Now, the expectations is for civilian to comply, but leadership to do whatever they want. Is that a fair and just society to you? 800-8949, 800-8949. Drop a comment in there. I'm seeing people who are coming in. I'm seeing people who are dropping comments. I appreciate you. This is just a conversation that I'm having with you because, like I said, we have been socialized in this society to ask zero questions, to really not even care. And I really want to thank the people who, as I gave updates on Facebook, they encouraged me to keep going. Oh, we got someone on the line. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Talk to me.
I wonder if you did what the police do when they pull you over. I've issued you a lawful command, and now I expect you to comply. That's what the law says. And when they don't do it, pull them out of their chair.
Right.
Put handcuffs on them and arrest them.
Right. I should have pulled them by their extremities. Right.
I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just saying that, you know, we're talking philosophically here as to procedure. I issued you a lawful command.
Oh.
I am the citizen. The law requires you to do this, Mr. or Mrs. Administrator. Now, you've got a lawful command. I need to see those records. Well, we can't show them to you. You can't what? You're in violation of the law. And then you yank them out of their chair and handcuff them and bring them across the street to the jail and charge them. Citizen's arrest. I mean, how would they feel? Because, hey, you see, when the system wants something from you, we need to hear from you, or you're going to be in trouble. You have 15 days to respond. You have 7 days to respond. You have 30 days. They veil threats, but they have no time limits. We'll get to it. We'll make the decision in a month or a year or 5 years. You know, why is that? Why is that?
Those are some great questions. Why is it so difficult? Thank you so much for your comments. Why is it so difficult for us to just ask questions and get information? I don't understand that. Do you, the listener, Do you really understand why it's so difficult? You know, you pay taxes, which gives you a right. You are a citizen. You have rights. Why is it that we are requested to comply and immediately, as if we are, I don't know, Pavlovian dogs? You got to comply, and you got to comply right now. And here it is. I am expressing to you that not only am I stating the law, but I understand it. And blank face stares, just blank face stares, and being told to go somewhere else, go back where I came from. And then by the time I make it across the street, I have a security officer who's effectively throwing me out of the building. And I haven't raised a scene. I haven't used profanity. I haven't been unprofessional. All I did was request to inspect the personnel file. You, the listener, I report, you decide. 800-8949. It should not be this difficult for us to ask questions. And this should continue to have us have immense conversations about oversight in government and just deregulation altogether. Because it makes absolutely no sense to write a law if you're not going to follow it properly. If you're going to do your own thing, just do your own thing. Be lawless. But you know what? If you're going to be lawless, so are the people. I expect the people to be lawless. But let's see what happens. This is the Marie Mott Show, and as always, I'm just giving it to you straight up, no chaser. I ain't got time to sugarcoat nothing. It's all in love. Stay tuned for the next part of the segment of the Marie Mott Show.